finally, an athlete who comes forward against mandates. Shaquille O'Neal, who I think is a bigger celebrity now than he was when he played basketball. This is a man who regularly buys groceries, clothes, shoes, sneakers for single mothers, for kids. He goes to Walmart a lot, apparently, and is always buying things for people, which in my book is awesome. He seems like a down-to-earth millionaire. He doesn't flaunt his money. He always says, all my kids have to earn their living. It's my money. I made it. They need to do the same thing. He finally came out against mandates, saying that if you're forced to do it, then what good is it? Either you want to do it or you don't want to do it. Okay? I'm not against getting the vaccine. I was before. You all know that. I ended up getting it and still got COVID. But he is of the belief that it's up to the certain individual whether they choose to get it or not. The government, your workplace, no one should be able to force you to get something you don't want to get. And what they're doing is they're threatening your job over it. A lot of companies are telling their employees, if you don't get this vaccine, you are getting fired. And that goes for any business who has this mandate. It's public safety, it's firefighters, it's police officers. In Chicago, Lightfoot, she wants to put people out of work with no pay, no overtime, no nothing if they don't get the vaccine. I was always a firm believer in it's your body, your choice. If you choose not to get the shot, why should you? And that's just my opinion. But for somebody like Shaq to come out and say it is big, because a lot of these other people, so-called celebrities, athletes, oh, if you don't get it, you're this, you're that, you're no good, you're killing people. And like, seriously? No. Because we all know that you can still get it if you're vaccinated and boosted. Okay? This Omicron, you can still get it. Excuse me. And if you're vaccinated, you could have it and not know it. And then you're giving it to other people. So what's the sense? How can you force people to do something that they don't want to do? And you're going to threaten their livelihood. You're going to threaten their job because they choose not to do it. I, for one, do not agree with that. This is not a communist country. We have a Bill of Rights in this country. We have, I should say, laws in place that protect the worker from certain things. And if this administration in Washington wants businesses with over 100 employees to mandate a vaccine, that's just completely wrong. They're overstepping their boundaries, I believe. And I believe that it should not be up to the government to tell you need to get this shot. Again, the medical experts, including Fauci, have said even if you're vaccinated, you can still get the coronavirus. I did, okay? I was sick, like flu symptoms. I felt like shit for a few days, and that was it. Now, maybe the shot saved me from going to the hospital. If that's the case, then good for me. But people should not have to worry about going to work and then wondering, am I going to lose my job because they're mandating this? There's some states, excuse me, Massachusetts and the city of Boston, you need to show a vaccination card in clubs, restaurants, and bars. If you want to go out to a concert, to have a drink, to have dinner. Like, are you kidding me right now? What are we doing as a country where we're turning this into a communist country? I'm pretty sure that the President of the United States was never meant to be a dictator, although the guy in there now, we all know how I feel about him and his do-nothing attitude. It's my way or no way. But other than that, he does nothing. But to try to force people to take something that they're not sure of, that they get differing accounts of effectiveness on, that you don't know who to believe about its effectiveness. You don't know any side effects, if there are any. It's unbelievable. And I just think it needs to stop. And I think that the government should allow people, United States citizens, to make their own decisions. Make your own decisions. We've done this forever. I've done it all my 57 years. Oh, when I was a kid, obviously, my parents made the decision. But they want to give vaccines to kids who are 5 years old or younger. And apparently the parents can't have no say in that. That is completely wrong. That's just like the parents can have no say of what goes on in public schools. That's what the school administrators and the school boards want. They don't want the parents to have any say if your kid wears a mask or if your kid doesn't wear a mask. Dude, that lady on CNN came out and said the cloth mask does nothing. All it is a decoration for your face. All over CNN. So why should parents have to force their kids to get something that they don't know if anything's going to happen to them? They don't know. Because I myself have not seen any research or any data that says anything about side effects. Not for adults and not children. And it might be out there. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. But I disagree with it. And I disagree with we have to do as you say. No, we're all tax-paying, hard-working people in this country. We should be able to make a decision, an important medical decision, on our own, or at least consult with our own personal physician to see how they feel about it. We should not have to bow down to the government because they say you get it, because if you don't, you're the spreader. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not the spreader. Anybody can have it. Anybody can spread it. Again, even vaccinated and boosted people. So I'm going to play a quick video, and then I'm just going to come back for a minute and end this talk. But just listen to what Shaq has to say on the big podcast.
I encourage everybody to be safe and take care of your family. I do. But there's still some people that don't want to take it, and you shouldn't have to be forced to take something that you don't want. So
I don't think people are being forced to take. Well, there are some. I mean, listen, we have a mandate at CBS.
That's force.
We have a mandate at CBS. But my point.
That's force.
But where I wholeheartedly.
That's force.
No, it's not force.
It is force, because if the man don't take it, the man gonna get fired.
Right. So she was trying to say that the station, they have a mandate, and Shaq's like, yeah, you're forced. Well, not really, but yeah. If you want to work here, you have to get the shot. That's being forced. They're threatening your livelihood if you don't get the shot. And again, I'm not against it. In the beginning, I was, and I ended up getting it. I got the shots. I ended up getting Omicron. I was sick for a little while, and then I was better. So if it helped me, it helped me. If it did nothing, I don't know. All I know is it felt like I had a really bad flu. And that's it. I mean, people need to be able to make their own choices, but I'm glad somebody like Shaq came out and said that, because again, I think he's a bigger celebrity now than he was when he was playing basketball. He does a lot of good things. And I think he's right. I think that people should start listening to somebody like him, because he's not just some rich guy sitting around doing nothing. He's involved on a lot of different endeavors, a lot of businesses, and he does a lot of good for the community. And I think somebody like him, maybe Congress should listen to someone like him, because you can't force people to do things against their will. This is the United States of America, where we have rights. This is not a communist country. And that's all I want to say. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already liked this video, please consider liking it. Please consider subscribing to my channel. If you do subscribe, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified when there's another video up and coming. Thanks again. I hope everybody's healthy and safe, and we'll see you soon with something else to talk about. Have a great weekend.